somebody has been helpful for you, and then new means you know what they have done. So katanyu. But in many people's lives, what is happening is that they are not remembering the good stuff they done. They are remembering the mean stuff, bad stuff they done. So that means katanyu can be the opposite also. Right? They remember what mean things they have done to you. They are always struggling with those memories. We call them sanya. Those memories are called sanya. Sanya. Sanya means mental notes. Sanya. Right? Have come. All right. So, katanyu. Now, the English word gratitude has a lot of connotations. But in Buddhism, how do we understand gratitude? Where is the gratitude mentioned in the proper way? Now, Dhamma path. Gratitude is mentioned as a part of Samma Ditti. As you can see here, Samma Ditti. You can see Samma Ditti has 10 parts. 3, 4, 5, 6. Mother is a special person. Father is a special person. What does it mean? That we should have an attitude that my mother is a special person in my life and my father is a special person in my life. That is important in our Dhamma path. What if someone has a rocky relationship with mother or father? How to overcome this issue? It doesn't matter. Right? You are doing your part to your mother and father. They may be different. But normally, they should be good people. So, gratitude is not just a normal standalone quality that we can practice. It is a part of our Noble Eightfold Path. As you can see in the text, it is a part of Samma Ditti, right view. That means if you are not grateful to your mother and father initially, you are not able to practice, even start your Dhamma path. Okay. Having that mentioned, I want to go to the notes again here. Okay. Our default setting is self-centeredness. We are very self-centered and we are naturally ungrateful. So by default, we are going to be ungrateful. By effort, we are going to be grateful. Because our raw thoughts are normally self-centered. We are not always going to be grateful because we are thinking, I mean myself all the time. But when you practice Dhamma for a certain period of time, your natural thoughts will be gratitude. But normally, your default setup is ungratefulness. That is why some people, when they have not practiced Dhamma, they are always ungrateful. It's not a big issue. They haven't learned Dhamma, they haven't started practicing. There are different people who are practicing gratitude differently. Passive, aggressive gratitude, you see. I am grateful my annoying sibling finally shut up. Right? I'm grateful. That's a passive, aggressive gratitude. So gratitude has to be practiced in the proper way. Otherwise, you are bringing a lot of akusala onto that beautiful concept. All right. Now, in one sutta called Aghata Pativinaya Sutta, Aghata Pativinaya Sutta, Anguttara Nikaya, I can't remember the exact number of the sutta, 10th section. The Buddha says there are different people who are going to be grateful to others in 9 ways, and there are other people who are going to be ungrateful to others in 9 ways. The first one is, let's talk about the bad side. someone has done harm to me. Someone has done harm to me, so I should be ungrateful to that person. Someone is doing harm to me at the moment, bad mouthing and doing all the bad things. And someone will do harmful things to me in the future. Right? How would I write it? Someone has harmed me. Someone is harming me. Someone will harm me. Right? This can happen to all of us, right? So because of that, I have to be ungrateful. I have to be mean to that person. So this is a way how ungratefulness can come up. And then the same person might think, someone has harmed my relatives and friends. Already harmed. And someone is harming my relatives and friends. And someone will harm my relatives and friends. This is the second set of thoughts some people will develop in order to be ungrateful. And at the same time, this is a little crazy. Someone has helped my enemies. Someone is helping my enemies. Someone will help my enemies, so that I have to be ungrateful. So these are the sources of some people's ungratitude, probably ungratefulness. That means someone has harmed me, so I can't be grateful. Someone is harming me at the moment, I can't be grateful. Someone will harm me in the future, this year, next year, this month, next month. And someone has harmed my friends, relatives, my loved ones. Someone is doing that at the moment, someone will do in the future. Someone has helped my enemies, people I don't like, and someone is helping at the same time, someone will help. So, sources of ungratitude. Very interesting to see. So that means all these 9 angles of ungrateful sources must be overcome. Right? That's why the Buddha says aghata. Aghata means resentment. Vinaya means disciplining. We have to discipline our resentment, and then this resentment will be a source of ungratitude. Right? I'm talking this more towards the Pali side, not just the English Western interpretations mostly. So the next thing is, okay, chetana. Chetana in regard to the gratitude. Chetana. Now, when someone is going out of his or her way to help us out, then we are thinking that this person has done this with a pure heart, with so much intention. So that means when someone is doing something for us, good things, then we are going to be really grateful because we understand that person has good intention, chetana. But sometimes we feel there are people who are helping us, but with ulterior motives. Right? Then we are looking at that gratitude with the quality of the chetana. Right? We are looking at that so-called gratitude with the quality of the chetana, whether that person had an ulterior motive, maybe he had some hidden plans in helping us, right? Chetana is very important to understand how to be grateful. Sometimes we understand that help is such an enormous help. So we have to be grateful, but we have to be careful sometimes. just because that person help us, we can't be wholeheartedly be with that person, because there are some other intentions, like politicians' intentions of doing things. They have a lot of plans sometimes. Kindness and other Brahma-viharas as offshoots of gratitude practice. Now, all the Brahma-viharas, what are the Brahma-viharas? Brahma-viharas, what are they? Brahma-vihara. What does Brahma-vihara mean? Two meanings. Two meanings. Brahma means highest. Either Brahma-vihara should be the highest temple. The vihara. Brahma means the highest. So somebody has made the Brahma-vihara. And that means highest temple. Or it should be the highest forms of living. What are they? Metta, Karuna, Mudita, and Upekkha. Very basic teachings. But these four Brahma-viharas, unlimited attitudes, friendliness, compassion, altruistic joy, equanimity, they are coming from gratitude. They are offshoots of gratitude. Right? Let me figure that out. Why do we practice metta? Why? We want to coexist with other beings. Or you want to live alone in this whole universe. We want to coexist. So I believe that other person has a right to live. All the animals have a right to live. Even the Peta has a right to live. Peta, ghost. Peta, ghost, Deva, everybody, they have a right to live. So I spread my friendliness to all these beings. You could perhaps say, I am very grateful to the whole universe. That's a very good claim. When you say that mother, father, animals, friends, your job, your family, they all are included. I'm very grateful to the whole universe, everything I'm getting from the whole universe. And then after that, I'm grateful to the whole world, the world that we know with its continents. So anyways, metta. How does karuna come from gratitude? Karuna means compassion. How does this arise from gratitude? Do you want to be already help out? You should have been helped out by somebody to be helpful to somebody else. Not necessarily, right? But karuna, you are grateful to the whole universe, and then you are thinking that you have a responsibility to help out other beings, if you can. Then mudita, how does gratitude help mudita to arise? Let's say someone is doing better than you in work, in life. So you are grateful to that life too. When you are not grateful, you are going to make it a source of jealousy, envy, jealousy. Right? So mudita also truly come from gratitude. Upekkha, balancing our thoughts. We are grateful to have been born as a human. Maybe we must have done a very massive karma. Right? So looking at that karma, that means we have a mind, we got a mind, we have thoughts. So we are able to, because we have thoughts, we are able to balance out our thoughts. Sometimes we have happy thoughts, unhappy thoughts. So we are able to balance them out because of upekkha. So we are thankful to the human life which we got as a matter of massive good karma in a past life. So that means Brahma-viharas have the source of gratitude. So if you are grateful, then you can definitely think about, while you are practicing Brahma-viharas, you have this gratitude practice. Self-care. Self-care is gratitude. Gratitude can be done on your own. but can also be a tool to deepen emotional intimacy. Self-care. Self-care. What does it mean? Do we have to do self-care? Yes. How does it connect to gratitude? Why did you come here today? For what? You came here to learn some Dhamma, deepen your practice. How do you call that practice? Self-care. So that means you are grateful to the life that you are having. That is why you want to deepen. Right? So your spiritual practice, everything in your life, even when you are able to take care of yourself in the way of sleep, you eat good food, and then you do some exercise, they all are part of self-care because you want to appreciate this life. Right? So that means self-care is a part of gratitude. Right? Many ways to look at it. Mindfulness practice. This is very interesting. Mindfulness practice also comes from gratitude. How does it come? Now, a lot of people, they learn Dhamma. Don't worry about my drawings. They are trying to bombard the information, Dhamma information, their head. But those Dhamma that they are bringing to the head won't come to their heart. Why is it? Why the Dhamma that they are learning does not flow into the heart? Why is it? They are not grateful. They don't have enough saddha. Saddha is very important. Saddha means respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. They practice meditation as a separate practice. Who taught these things? Luckily, there is no copyright nowadays. The Buddha taught all this. So we should have an immense saddha for the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. That is how the Dhamma that is going to the head will flow onto the heart. And you feel that your Dhamma journey is very smooth. It's going, not like topsy-turvy Dhamma journey, maybe stagnated Dhamma journey. So that means if you really want to succeed, grow in your meditation practice, you must be grateful to the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. That is how you are going to make that happen if you really want to measure your growth. Otherwise, you will do occasional meditations, you will feel happy for the time being, but you are not going anywhere. Right? That is not what we want, right? So, whatever you learn should be able to go to your heart. That is happening when you have immense, what you call foundational, akaravati saddha. There are two types of saddha, okay? Two saddha. My sutta class students know these, huh? They have no excuses. What do you call? Amolika saddha. Amolika akaravati. This means blind saddha. This one is foundational. So Buddha said we have to practice this one, not this one. So we have to learn Dhamma, true Dhamma, by understanding Akaravati Saddha. When we have Akaravati Saddha, we are really going to have unwavering trust about the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha that will help us navigate our Dhamma path. So that means overall, we have lots of gratitude to the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha that helps us to practice our meditation. Forms of gratitude: generous appreciation and no stinginess. Now, there are people who understand that others have helped them, but they are not going to be appreciative. Why is it? What is the reason of why they are not going to be appreciative? They are not going to compliment us. Are they supposed to compliment? You have done a very good thing, but people around you never compliment on you. They say it's a Buddhist thing, don't worry. It's a Buddhist thing, so you must know that you are already appreciated by default. Don't worry, I don't have to do a vote of thanks. So it is implied. But that is not what is really going on in many people's mind. So they are not generous in complimenting, appreciating. So we have to have this, we have to be generous in appreciating. So how to do this? Now we have lots of opportunities to do this. Now people can review things online, people can compliment. The problem that many people cannot do this is that they are struggling with this akusala state. What is it called? Stinginess. Maccharya. Maccharya means there are people who are not generous because they don't like other people enjoy what they give. There are two reasons why people don't give dana. One is maccharya, the other one is lobha. This means greed, this means maccharya. Lobha is normal. Everybody is very possessive about what they have earned. But when it comes to maccharya, maccharya has a sort of envy. Issa, we call it. Stinginess. You don't like other people. And let's say that person is to think, I'm going to compliment, but after I complimented, something good will happen to that person. So I better not to compliment. So that is a problem in their practice of giving compliments. So if we really want to practice gratitude, we should be able to appreciate anyone regardless of our whatever the mental states. They should not be stop us in appreciating anybody. So we call another Pali word for this attitude mudita. Mudita. Sometimes there are people, they are not giving those compliments because if they think if they give, they are not highlighted enough. So we better not to highlight those people. Right? We have to take the whole credit. All those are akusala states. We are coming here to learn all these things. We have to overcome all these things. I think you all are good, huh? I'm not pointing anybody here. But mudita, we have to be generous in appreciating. That is a very big part of gratitude. Okay? And then, let's take a look at one of the Buddha's quotes in Pali. Dve me bhikkave puggala dullabha lokasmin katame dve. Yocha pubbakari, yocha katanyu katavedi, imeko bhikkave dve puggala dullabha lokasmin. These two people are hard to find in the world. Which two? The one who is first to do a kindness. There are people who can be kind to you, but they are not taking the initiative. They are scared. Right? And then the second one is one who is grateful and thankful for a kindness done. Then we have to understand this phenomenon in terms of the gratitude. This means it is very rare to find people who are coming up to lend a hand in the first place. Right? They think a lot. Right? So very few people can come out and be kind in the first place. On the other hand, let's say someone is helped out by somebody else, and to be thankful and to be grateful for that particular kindness is also, that kind of a person is also very difficult to find. This is what the Buddha says. Now you can think about your life, whether you have been kind enough to people in the first place in your life. Or let's say you've been very helped out by those people, whether you have been able to thank them in time. Some people are not thanking in time. They are taking a longer time. Finally, those people are going to die. Then you can't thank them. You miss those opportunities. Then that will become a sort of stress. That will become a sort of remorse to you. So if you see that there is somebody that who you need to be grateful, you have to do it. And then, okay, someone else's acts have actually helped you. You believe that those acts were done for a good reason. You get the feeling that the other person went out of their way to help. I think these are very common things we understand about being grateful. All right, now we are coming to learn some examples from the text, Sutta text, about how to be grateful to certain individuals. This is about parents. We are going to connect the Sammaditthi part in the Noble Eightfold Path. The Buddha is talking about whether you can repay for your parents. I tell you, monks, there are two people who are not easy to repay. Which two? Your mother and father. Even if you were to carry your mother on one shoulder, your father on the other shoulder for 100 years, and were to look after them by anointing, massaging, bathing, and rubbing their limbs, and they were to defecate, urinate right there on your shoulders, you would not in that way pay or repay your parents. This is what the Buddha says. You don't have to worry what the problem is this. Can't. But we can repay actually. We'll see how to repay. If you were to establish your mother, father in absolute sovereignty over this great earth, abounding in the 7 treasures, you would not in that way pay or repay your parents. Why is that? Mother and father do much for their children. They care for them, they nourish them, they introduce them to this world. I think this is a very, we can't say an exaggerated statement, but it says you can't easily repay. But there is a way to repay. But anyone who rouses his unbelieving mother and father, let's say your mother and father have no saddha about the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. But you are settling and establishing your mother and father in saddha. Conviction is another meaning. Let's say your mother and father, they are not very disciplined people. They don't have a sila. So you are going to settle them, establish them in sila. And your mother and father, they are not generous people. They are very greedy people. And you are going to establish them, settle them in dana, or what you call generosity. Let's say your mother and father, they are very unwise. They are not having the proper attitude. Then you are going to settle and establish them in wisdom. To this extent, you pay and repay your mother and father. That means then there is a way to repay. Then, how to repay? Then our mother and father should be not having enough saddha, no trust about the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, no sila, no chaga, no panya. Then only you can repay. Can you think about an example, a story? Arahan Sariputta. What happened to him? Arahan Sariputta. Who is he? The Buddha's one of the chief disciples. What happened to his mother? His mother's name was Rupasari. Rupasari. She's a Brahmin lady. Arahan Sariputta's mother was a misbeliever. She has been following Brahmanism. So, Arahan Sariputta thought, I am going to pass away in my mother's house. I don't want to pass away in a temple. So then he told the Buddha, Bhante, my mother, I am like this, but my mother is not even following even the single small basic things. So I am going to my mother's house to help her out in Dhamma practice. So he went in. That day night, there were different devas, including Mahabrahmas, they were coming to see him off. And Arahant Sariputta let her see those individuals who are coming to see you. And then she noticed Mahabrahma came. Mahabrahma came and respected my son. That is my god in Hinduism. That means my son is better than, higher than him. Right? So, Rupasari then Brahmin, they wanted to learn some Dhamma. And finally, Arahant Sariputta passed away. So even Arahants, they were very concerned about their mother and father in their life. So that means we can repay. Let's say your mother is such a very good person who has Sila, Saddha, Chaga, Panya, that means trust in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, who is very disciplined, who is very generous, and who is very wise, then you can't repay. Right? I think fortunately or unfortunately, you should be able to. If you want to repay, then they have to be like that. But we should be happy. If they are good, we should be happy. But if they are lacking in Saddha, Sila, Chaga, Panya, then there is a way to, repay. All right. So now I am going to bring you to the self-gratitude. Not a lot of people think about this side. Now, that one, the previously, the norm is that we are grateful to our mother, father. That's a very normal thing. But I brought up that from the Buddhist perspective. Now I'm going to talk about self-gratitude. Self-gratitude is a part of our self-care practice, actually. I'm going to quote a sutta called Anana Sutta. Anana Sutta. Anana Sutta is Anguttara Nikaya 462. The Buddha says that there are 4 types of happiness for the lay people. Atti Sukha, Anana Sukha, Bhoga Sukha, Bhoga Sukha, Anana Sukha, Anavajja Sukha. I'm going to explain. Atya Sukha means that you have things, I would say possessions, you can see over here, the happiness that you can gain from what you have. So we have to be very happy about what we have in our life. Are we doing certain analysis time to time about what we have, or we are not happy by comparing us to other people? Looking at your friends, how much things they own in their life, maybe money, maybe people, thinking about their family life. Is our mind always going to their life, or are we able to bring that to our life all the time? So that is called Atti Sukha. That means happiness that you are creating because of your possessions. Some people cannot make this happiness. They are always going to the other people, from morning to the evening, morning to the night. They are thinking, why me? Why not me? Right? And they are going to compare them to others. Possessions. So we have to be very happy about what we have. We may not have what other people have, but we may have things that other people may not have. Unique stuff. We have to be able to look at. That is a part of gratitude. Then Bhoga Sukha. Being able to enjoy those possessions. Sometimes you have food in your refrigerator, but you are not able to eat them in time. When you look at them, they are expired. It can happen. And then maybe you have a couple vehicles, cars, but you are always using a dilapidated old car. Your mind always, unless you have a fascination for the old antique cars, right? And maybe you have a couple beds, but you are not able to enjoy that comfortable bed. If you have stuff, you should be able to enjoy them. You know why people cannot enjoy those things? There's a bad karma they did in a past life. What is it? They have given dana with expectations. Why you have to expect by giving dana? Dana naturally gives you merits. I would write the Pali terming, Ula Resu Panchasukama Gunesu Chittang Na Namati. When you give dana or whatever the good things with expectations, then what will happen in next lives? Your mind is not going to like towards the 6 pleasures. So chitta is not going to incline. You might think that it is a good thing, but it's not a good thing, because until you attain Nibbana, you should be able to admire yourself. So, those people who have done good karmas with lot of expectations, so they are not able to enjoy. But how to give a dana in the proper way? You just overcome your lobha, dosa, moha. Then your, results, they are complementary. Results are complementary. You don't have to wish. The only thing is that you are going to overcome the greed, hatred, and delusion regarding the things you are giving. So bhoga means why some people cannot enjoy what they possess, because one thing is that they have given those things in previous lives with a lot of expectation. The other thing is that they are not able to handle them in this life. It's not a skill there. Then ananasukha. Ananasukha means you are debtless. Debtless. Now in that case, mother, father's case, we have a big amount of debt towards them. Let's say you repay them by bringing them to saddha, sila, chagapanya. But here the Buddha says, don't try to owe anything. Nowadays, in modern world, we may have to be on debt, like even a credit card is a debt, right? It's not our money, right? But just because of that, it doesn't mean that you should not use credit card, because without credit card you can't live, right? You can't book an airline ticket, right? So, but we understand when we spend money using credit card, the money that we are using, we should be able to pay back. By having that knowledge only, we are using credit card. But debtless means always try to, try to earn something that is out of debt. But there are some exceptions in the modern world in how we making them. Anavajja means that you are, whatever the things you possess, they have possessed through Dhamma way, ethical ways. So all these are sources for the self-gratitude. So you are going to be grateful for what you possess. You are going to be grateful that you've been able to enjoy them. You are going to be grateful that whatever you earn made you not to owe anything. You are going to be grateful that I have earned in ethical ways. I haven't earned things in unethical ways. There's no black money that I have. I haven't done money laundering. I haven't engaged in work that prompted people to do bad activities, right? So all these are forms of self-gratitude. So they go back to the gratitude. So these 4 types of happiness should be earned as a lay person. Atti sukha, bhoga sukha, then anana sukha, anavajja sukha. Another way to look at gratitude is using your blessings as opportunities to generate more positive karma rather than just enjoying the pleasure they bring. Now, let's say you are naturally a blessed person. What are the blessings do you have in your life? Are you counting on your blessings every day, every morning, during the day? Can you tell me one blessing that you have in your life? Health. Health. Is health a blessing? So this can come from many ways. One is you will be naturally a healthy person, maybe genetics, everything. The other way is the way how you take care of yourself, right? So this is a blessing. Now you are grateful towards your health, right? Maybe your actions you are doing in this life, at the same time, your good karmas, right, which made you a healthy person. Now, Buddha says in one sutta called Chulakamma Vibhanga Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya, someone is asking why some people are always sick, always saying I have a back pain, this pain, that pain. Why? Why some people are always very healthy? It is because in past lives, those people who have those health issues all the time, they have tortured other people a lot with sticks. They have bullied other people. They have mentally bullied, emotionally bullied. So those things are following them now. So those who are having good health, they have not done that. This is one way to look at it, but it is not always the cause. There are other things too, maybe your life. So health is a good way to count blessing. So now when you have health, it's a blessing. Now you are going to be grateful for that blessing as a gratitude, and then you are going to do more good karmas to create good health. So what should we do for having good health in our life? Now let's say you have good health. Maybe you don't have good health. What to do in terms of getting good health according to Buddhism? Any thoughts? You have to consider about eating in moderation. This is a very big topic in Buddhist text. We call it Bhojane Mattanyuta. Bhojane Mattanyuta. A lot of people get sick because they don't follow this. Right? Buddha is not concerned about what food we eat. He's concerned about the amount of food we are having. That is something that we have to do in terms of developing our health. If we are already healthy or not healthy, how to make it as a blessing for gratitude, then we have to eat in moderation. How to eat in moderation? 3 plates of rice. What is your moderation? The Buddha says each one is different. He said, do not fill your tummy with the food. Stop. He said, Chattaro pancha alupe abutva udakampive. You have to leave 4 to 5 morsels of food. Drink water instead. So the cultural understanding you have to fill your tummy, it is not a Buddhist idea. Right? So, Bhojane Matta. So, in order for you to, appreciate, be grateful for the health that you are having now, you are going to eat in moderation. You can do that. When you eat in moderation, you are happy, you are comfortable, you can practice more Dhamma. Otherwise, you will sleep. You will doze off, and then you will get into a lot of diseases. Now they are predicting that in another 10 to 20 years, the worst disease that many people are having is obesity. A lot of food, right? A lot of food now. So this is the answer to that. Bhojane Mattanyuta. So you appreciate your health, then you keep doing this. You can enjoy that blessing that you got in this life or from other lives. All right, gratitude. What are the other important things we can discuss about gratitude? Now, okay, tell me, what was the first teaching the Buddha gave us after he became the Buddha? Gratitude, right? He spent 7 weeks, 49 days, and in the second week, he did something called this. Animisa Lochana Puja. Puja. Animisa means unblinking. So he looked at the Bodhi tree without blinking his eyes. Is that a very good practice? Let's say you are living in a house, you are going to move from that house. You think this house has helped me for the last 20, 30 years. So you want to keep looking at the house without blinking. This house I've been living for 20 years, now I'm leaving. I gotta be grateful, right? So we have to understand the contextual idea. The contextual idea is that we have to be grateful to everything, but with a certain understanding. There are a lot of things that have helped us in our life, but we have to understand how to be grateful for those things. He wanted to show gratitude. Gratitude is the first lesson he taught us. That means never ever drop people just because they help less for us in our life. A lot of people, they have this kind of thought that my people, they could have helped me a lot, but they did not help me. So I'm very angry about my childhood time. My father, my mother could have well taken care of me, but they did not. Maybe I was abused by people, right? So these things are really thoughts that can happen to somebody about looking at their life. But then there are other certain good qualities we have to bring in. One thing is kama. Kama means forgiving, right? Because the past is past. You can't change the past. So you can't be grateful to others when you are not going to forgive others, right? So there are many other smaller, minor qualities, Dhamma qualities going to work for gratitude, right? So Buddha said we should be able to be grateful to each and everything in the proper way. So that's the first thing that Buddha taught us. Then how did he help out other people with gratitude? He wants to give the first Dhamma talk now, right? He wants to give his first Dhamma talk. What was his first Dhamma talk? Dhamma Chakkapavatana Sutta. Dhamma Chakkapavatana Sutta. Was he looking for certain people in giving this Dhamma talk? Or he just thought, I gave it to somebody nearby? He was looking for his teachers. I found the precious Dhamma, I want to give it to the people who helped me. So he was looking for Alara Kalam. Alara Kalam. Then he found out he passed away 1 or 2 weeks ago. So I can't help him back now. Then he found out his second teacher. His name is Uddaka Ramaputta. Sadly, he passed away last night. So it's a narrow ending. Yeah, he passed away last night. So now, who is left? 5 monks. He was looking at them. So they were staying somewhere far away from that place, right? Both Gaya to Benares. Then he said, okay, I'm going to give my precious Dhamma to these 5 ascetics because they helped me. So he's showing his gratitude to all these people. What are the other stories that we can understand about gratitude, about the Buddha? How did he treat his mother, Maya Devi? What happened to Maya Devi? She passed away. Why did she pass away? Is it because of the Buddha? That's pretty bad, right? Is it just because the Buddha was born into her womb that she has to pass away? No. Normally, bodhisattvas, when they are going to be reborn in the human world for the last time, they are looking at a certain lady who is going to pass away within 7 days of time. And she found out she is anyways going to pass away. Not that he was born and she has to die. So, she is going to pass away. Because normally, when a bodhisattva is reborn to a mother, there can't be any siblings in that particular womb. So, what happened? Bodhisattvas are born normally in their life just before the last life in the Tusita heaven. So, Bodhisattva came to Maya Devi. Maya Devi passed away in 7 days. She went back to Tusita. Right? Bodhisattva came from Tusita and Maya Devi passed away. She went back to Tusita. Now, in terms of gratitude, what happened? Now, the Buddha wanted to teach his mother. So, then he went to another heaven called Tavatinsa. And Maya Devi from Tusita came to Tavatinsa. And then it is said that he spent a whole vassa and then taught mother. Theravada version says he taught Abhidhamma to mother. Right? That is mother. What about the stepmother? Stepmother? Pajapati Gotami. Pajapati Gotami. How did the Buddha help her? Buddha initially didn't like she become a nun. It is not because that he is not grateful, but because of the situation in India at that time. The ladies were not respected at that time. So, finally she was able to become a nun. It is said that Buddha never accompanied anybody when they are going to pass away, but he only accompanied Pajapati Gotami just before she is passing away, out of respect as the mother. So he taught how to respect. And what about the person who we miss out over here? Can you think about someone who we missed out in this list? Huh? What? There's somebody that we are missing here that we could have talked earlier, that Buddha was grateful to that person. Suddhodana is father, definitely. He helped out King Suddhodana, and then before we talk about son, we talk about Prince Siddhartha's wife, Yashodhara. Yashodhara. How did Buddha show gratitude to her? That's a very good story to learn actually. What happened? There is a wrong Buddha's life. What is it? When you read the Buddha's life, most of the life stories of the Buddha, they were written in different ways. Especially about how he left the house. Right? It is said that he left the house secretly. Is it? Is it how you learned? I saw there is a photo in the Dana hall also. Prince Siddhartha secretly looking at the chamber and left the house. Is it true? Is it how the text talk about it? No. If you go to Arya Pariyesana Sutta and many other suttas, Majjhima Nikaya, it is said that Prince Siddhartha left the house by informing the relevant individuals so that they were crying over his death. The Pali word is Mata Pitusu Rudantesu. Pali word. Translation: while parents, including others, mourning over his departure. So then how come he left the house secretly? That is somebody's imagination about his leaving. Right? People imagine how things could have happened, right? So it's a wrong thing. So he left the house by informing. It's not that he left the house by just looking at the chamber and then he left the house. He didn't have to go like that. Now I'm talking about Yashodhara. When the Buddha came back to the palace, Kapilavattu, she did not turn up in the gathering, the house, palace. So what happened was, then after the dana, Buddha went to the chamber. And then she started crying about everything. She said that ever since I heard that you left the house, since that moment, I heard that you shaved your hair. I too shaved my hair. And I heard that you started wearing saffron robes. I also started. I just removed my royal clothing. I started wearing saffron color clothing. And I heard that you only eat once a day as an ascetic. I also started eating once a day. And then she was crying. And the Buddha said, I know your sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice in this life. For 500 lifetimes, we were together. 500 lifetimes. And then he mentioned the first life that they met. This is a Jataka story. Chanda Kinnara Jataka story. When you go back home, you can read this Jataka story. It's a mermaid story. Prince Siddhartha and Yashodhara. And then ever since this life, up until now, we were together and you have supported me. And then he was very grateful towards Yashodhara. Right? So this character, we can't simply get rid of the gratitude list, how the Buddha showed that. In addition to Yashodhara, there were many other individuals whom the Buddha helped in a way of gratitude. There are many others. Even if you look at what he call his morning routine, it is said that he has Mahakaruna. Mahakaruna. Mahakaruna means great compassion. So out of great compassion, every morning he is looking for someone to help out. Are we doing the same thing? When you wake up early in the morning, are you thinking who is going to be my point of help or who am I going to disturb today? Being noisy. Who am I going to pick on today for my thing? So Buddha has great compassion. We may not have the great compassion, but at least we should have an attitude today, how am I going to help out somebody? Because I am very grateful to my life. I am very grateful to my everything. I am very grateful to my good karmas, right? So compassion is also one way to look at this activity, gratitude. Now, let's look at the benefits of gratitude practice. The more you look for things to be grateful for, the more things you will find, which actually reduces attention and time spent focusing on negative events, emotions, and thoughts. Actually, it's a true thing. Normally, when you spend day by complaining what you don't have, you are always getting stressed during the day. But if you are doing a analysis about what you have in your life, that will help you to be a calm person. That means not even 20-30 minutes meditation will not work for you. It is our attitude, how we bring our sanya to our life. During the day, how to bring the positive sanya, especially how other people have helped, or how to look at those helps, right? And when you are grateful, you have a better self-control, maybe self-management, right? And then spiritual growth. There are many things. You can read this post too. Spiritual growth happens when you have what you call gratitude. Spiritual growth. What is spiritual growth to all of you? Spiritual growth, your Dhamma journey. How to bring gratitude to your Dhamma journey? I think I already explained to you. Head to heart. You are going to bring your Dhamma knowledge into your practice. How to do it? How much Dhamma you've been learning so far? That's a lot, right? But do you equally give time to practice those Dhamma things? Do you make time? Or do you only make time to go and listen to things only? So first of all, you need to make some time for the practice. Let's say you learn from a 2-day retreat, at least you need a 7 to 14 days time of practice for this, at least, at the very least. Now, in practicing, you should have lots of gratitude about Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. How to be grateful to the Buddha? How do we do that? We are going to understand his great qualities, 9 great qualities. How to be grateful towards Dhamma? We need to understand the great qualities of the Dhamma. There are 6 great qualities. Buddha, 9 great qualities. Dhamma, then 6 great qualities. Sangha, then 9 great qualities. 24 great qualities. The more we understand these 24 great qualities, then the better is our Dhamma path. If you pick a Dhamma, what you call only a meditation practice without respecting these 24, your journey might not grow smoothly. So that's very important to understand. So our understanding today is that how to bring gratitude as a meditation. Now we are going to the meditation part. How to do it? We're going to do it in the evening. Now you know what is gratitude. We can be grateful in many ways. How we're going to do is, we first start our meditation practice with Anapanasati. Anapanasati. How did we start Anapanasati? First, you sit comfortably. Then, what is being comfortable? There is no such thing that you have to sit down. Wherever you sit down, you're going to sit comfortable. Otherwise, you will have pain. You have to sit comfortable. Then, second thing is, you have to keep your back straight. Anapanasati, in order for Anapanasati to work, your back has to be straight, but not too tight. Then, hands, they can be rested. Additionally, you can have your tongue on the roof to focus. After that, you are going to scan your body. You understand that this is the body that I'm going to use for the breath meditation. And then relax your body. Otherwise, you can't watch your thoughts, especially breathing. So once you are coming to the Anapanasati level, that means watching your thoughts, you are going to, after doing Anapanasati for a while, you are shifting the focus of Anapanasati to gratitude meditation. We will see how is it going to work here. What are the things that you need to learn in terms of meditation. Now you can see shifting that calmness you are making through the breath meditation towards these aspects. I'm grateful to the entire universe. When you say universe, it's everything. So you are thinking about anything, anybody who have been helpful towards you. Second, you are referring to this world. I'm grateful to the world that I'm living now. I'm grateful to my parents. At least they gave birth to us and raised us. I'm grateful to my siblings. You may have issues with siblings, but you are grateful to them to be surrounded. I'm grateful to my other family members, maybe your wife, husband, children, and overall family. I'm grateful for my teachers, maybe your school teachers, maybe Sangha members, or whoever. I'm grateful for the opportunities I have had in my life, education, travel, work experience. That's also important, right? We have to be grateful for all those opportunities. I'm grateful for my health. And now you see, on one hand, they may be our good karma in the past life. On the other hand, this is how we handle our life, manage our life. Now there are people, they have messed up in their life. They had a very blissful life, but they messed up. They didn't know how to eat, what to eat, how to stop. They didn't know how to work out with the family members. They messed up. So these two things have to be managed. Our blessings that come from our previous lives, and at the same time, how to maintain those blessings in this life. I'm grateful for my wisdom. Is wisdom very important? How important is the wisdom? What is the layperson's wisdom? Buddhism talks about many wisdoms. Now you might think about wisdom is attaining Nibbana, highest wisdom. It is not the wisdom that is applicable to you. What is your wisdom? Tell me. Our Sutta class students should know, I have already told them. I think it's better to write down. The Buddha talks about the lay people's wisdom separately in a sutta called Pattakamma. Okay? What is the name of the sutta? Pattakamma. This is called lay people wisdom. He clearly differentiates this. There are 5 things you need to avoid. The first one is abhijja visama lobha. Meaning, abhijja means, any thoughts? Greed for what you possess or what you have. Abhijja. Visamalobha means greed for what other people have. Very interesting. These are 2 aspects of the lobha. As a layperson, in order for you to be wise in your lay life, you must first work on, you have to reduce greed for what you have, abhijja. You may have an attachment, but don't bring that attachment to greed. Attachment and greed are 2 things, 2 levels. But sadly, there are other people who have greed for what other people have. That's pretty unnecessary, right? I normally ask this question. Have you ever heard someone you never know bad-mouthing about you? You never met, you never encountered, you never know, but you heard from other people, oh, this guy is blaming you all the time, bad-mouthing. What wrong have I done to you? Why are you behaving as such? Because that person has greed for what you have. You are more successful than them. You have something more prominent than them. So they have visama lobha. So then as a layperson, you have to work on overcoming abhijja, visama lobha. If you want to be quickly wise as a layperson, instantaneously you become wise if you overcome these two. Second is abhijja visamalobha vyapada. Vyapada means thoughts of destroying other people. Other, we can say, sentient beings. Thoughts of destroying other sentient beings. What do you think about your life in the last 20, 30, 40 years? If you have lived this long, how many people you have killed in your thoughts? Tell me, be honest. How many? How many people you killed in your thoughts? Huh? The number you can't predict, huh? That many. Others, how many have you killed in your thoughts? Many. Well, let's be honest, otherwise you can't practice Dhamma if you are not honest. So why Vyapada is coming to us? We have not cultivated our thoughts. That's why Vyapada is. From outside we are very good people. We are very good beings. But inside, it's a mess. A lot of things to clear in that backlog. A lot of things, a long way to go. Because the thing is that we have not cultivated, not enough metta. Metta is not enough. What they do is, may I be well, happy, peaceful, may no harm come to me, may no difficulties come to me. All the problems come every day. All the difficulties come every day. Then sanchai, 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 sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I mean, why? This is not enough. You have to practice in the proper way. Go to the Metta Sutta. Remember that monk? There was a monk who was bitten by a snake. He passed away. That particular monk was telling everybody, don't disturb me. I'm in my kuti, I'm doing metta, morning to evening, even maybe in sleep. And then other monks, they are not even knocking his door. Then he came out one day, maybe for lunch. Then that particular snake directly went to him and attacked him. He passed away. The other monks were very shocked. This monk is practicing, he is saying he's practicing metta. What was wrong with him? Then the Buddha said, yes, he practiced metta, but not in the proper way. That's interesting, huh? He practiced metta, but not in the proper way. What was lacking in his metta was, he did not include all beings in his vicinity, in his neighborhood. This area has snakes. So then he has to practice metta. He could have practiced metta to 4 types of reptiles. Virupaka, Erapata, Chabbyaputta, Kanha Gautamaka. These are 4 types of reptiles at that time, even today. So when you practice metta, you must include these ones in your metta practice. If you are living in snake neighborhood, let's say you are living in an elephant neighborhood, you must include the elephants in your practice. Otherwise, elephants will not feel your metta. When they don't feel your metta, they will come and attack you. There are people who are saying, Bhante, we are practicing metta every day, but in my household there is a difficult person, always giving me a big and hard time. Then I'm asking, do you include that difficult person in your metta? No, never, because I can't. And expect more problems, Expect, yeah. Tons of problems. Include all these people in your metta. So that is why people are killing many in their thoughts. Their metta has not come to that level. You have to include some people, they don't advise you. They say, don't bring enemies into your metta, you will feel hatred. That is what we are going to overcome. If you discard them, your metta is not going to work. So if you want to become wise in your life, second is, you are going to reduce, no to minimum of having thoughts of destroying other sentient. Because you understand, it is bad, it is my akusala. Let's say a disturbing thought comes to me, no, I'm not going to develop that thought. You are going to stop that outrightly on the spot. Third thing to overcome, to become wise in your lay life is abhijja, visama, lobha, vyapada, then tīna middha. Tīna middha. Tīna middha. Tīna middha means laziness. What is this? Laziness of thoughts, and then kusala thoughts. Kusala thoughts, and middha means laziness of mental factors. Kusala mental factors. Tīna middha. So you have to always be energetic. Otherwise, if you become lazy, akusalas will come and take you over. Because some akusalas are sleeping. They are dormant. They are dormant. Right? It's like the shingles. When you have chicken pox, they said that when you recover from the chicken pox, the tiny amount of chicken pox is going to be dormant under the spinal cord. When you hit 50, you become not having good immunity. That leftover chicken pox is coming out, giving you shingles. So we have to understand it's lying somewhere, sleeping. So there are 7 types of anusayas, sleeping akusalas. They can come anytime. So we have to put them to sleep all the time. So if we become lazy, these things will come up and make a problem to us. The fourth thing to overcome in order for you to become wise is uddacha kukkucha. That means, uddacha means you have to overcome restlessness and remorse. Restlessness, how to make us restful. We need to sleep well, eat well, we have to stay fit, we have to stay adaptable. They are very important. Let's say you are not sleeping properly. What is going to happen to you? You become not even you become sleepy in the morning. Then you are not properly managing your kusala thoughts. You will become annoyed, irritated. So more akusalas will come to you because of your problem. You haven't taken enough rest. Let's say you are not taking meals at the proper time. Let's say you are always skipping your breakfast. You are not physically ready to practice Dhamma. That physical readiness is important. That is what we call, you have to rest yourself. Don't bring you to uddacha. And then kukkucha means remorse, regrets. Lot of what if, should haves, could haves in their life. What if I did this way? What if this? It should have been done this way. I could have done this way. So you have to minimize those things. That means when you decide, when you plan well. Finally, doubts, we call it vichikiccha. Vichikiccha, that means doubts. What are these doubts? Spiritual doubts. If you have a doubt, go approach a monk, Bhante, or a teacher. Ask them. Then you're going to solve them. Otherwise, don't keep your doubts onto you. Because you will then die with the doubts. It's like the gentleman who was asking long time ago in another country, Bhante, how to become a beetle? Always asking me. I said, why are you asking this question? He said, I am very wondering how to become a beetle. I said, when you become someone will become a beetle if you are always thinking about how to become a beetle. Let's say you die at the moment, you're thinking about how to become a beetle, then you become a beetle. You have to solve your doubts, approaching the right person. Then you are not dying with doubts. You have to die with a clear mind. Right? So, vichikiccha. So, now, in the gratitude list, which we said, I am grateful for my wisdom, then we must have created this wisdom. This is your lay people wisdom, not monks' wisdom, okay? Lay people's wisdom. You have to overcome abhijja, visamalobha, Vyapada, Tinamidda, Uddhacha, Kukkucha, Vichikicha. That's how you are going to be grateful to your wisdom. Now, if you don't have this wisdom, what to be grateful? You don't have something to be grateful. You must have been working on these 5, then only you can be grateful for those things. Finally, I'm grateful for the water I drink, food. I think these are very normal things. So, I mean, you can be thinking about other people in other countries. You know, sometimes they don't have enough water to drink, good water to drink, clean water, clean air. You should be happy about it. You should be grateful for all this infrastructure. So this is how we are going to practice the gratitude meditation today evening. That's going to be from 2:45 to 3:15. And if you have any questions about this Dhamma talk, you have a time to ask those questions. That's going to be tomorrow morning from 9:30 to 11. We have a full Q&A. And so keep your questions. If you are not going to ask in person, you can write down, put in that bottle over there in the back your question. And that is how we are going to answer the questions you have about this Dhamma talk. So I think now we are moving on to the mindful walking back again, do a bit of walking meditation before the lunch. So may all the good karmas that you've been making by listening to how to make the gratitude meditation, about how to become grateful, how to make it a meditation, may all these good karmas be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now what's happening is we're going to do a walking meditation again. By 11:25, you're getting ready for the lunch. I think your lunch is ready outside, so take the bento box and come over here, and you are going to have the lunch with me at the same time, and we are going to do a mindful eating reflection while having the eating. Okay, thank you. Now please do your walking meditation. Same instructions follow. I think I don't have to repeat again. You are going to watch how you walk without getting caught up in the interpretations, sight, sound, smell. Okay, thank you.